changes calling, but you need healing now for all good reasons. The change is coming. Well, change is coming for all good.
Zane Megos and his lawyer, Harry Tradesman, sat down for an interview with the Day on Tuesday, May 1st.
You can come in, you want to interview or you want to have a conversation, fine. There'll be no photos, I'll tell you that right now.
But refused to allow video and audio taping. 9 people, since 2009, have claimed that they paid Megos nearly $25,000 in cash deposits and rent for apartments they never were able to live in. In some of those cases, the buildings had been condemned. These are the stories of 2 of those people.
I was being evicted, and I was looking on Craigslist, looking for apartments, and I had found one, and it was decent, decent price, really good. And so I had given him a call to set up to look at it, and we took it from there. I had given him some money, 2 months rent, and then I had called him at a later time, and he said that the keys to the apartment were in the mailbox. So I had went down. He told me I could choose between one of the 2, and I went down and I looked at it, and then I called him and told him which one I wanted, and he said that was fine. And then it took a few days before I got a hold of him again, and then I met with him to give him the rest of the money, and then he just every couple days he'd say, it's not done, the inspector won't sign off on it because what it needs to be done isn't done. And then at one point, then I just couldn't get a hold of him at all. Well, I ended up, I had no place to go. I had to move all my stuff in storage. I had to pay storage fees, and then I had to stay with my mom for a little bit. And she could, it's a small 1-bedroom. There's not much room. So between, with us here, and then I couldn't get the money back, and then I had to move. So she had to take a loan out for her 401k so she could give me some money so I could move into another place. I mean, we're struggling now. I live paycheck to paycheck. I make minimum wage. So it's tough.
I had moved out of the Fairhaven building because it was condemned. I needed somewhere to live right away. I saw Zane Megos' number on the building down the road. Called him, he met me, I gave him money, I moved into that apartment that next day.
What are you doing?
He showed me another property on Rogers Avenue, and I went and looked at it, loved it. It needed to be renovated though, so I gave him a bunch of money up front for advanced rent so that he would renovate it for me. And I was supposed to move in, I think July 1st was the date that he had told me. And something always constantly kept coming up. He needed money for this, he needed money for that. He would give me a discount on rent if I gave him extra money. Sure, no problem. It's all going towards the same, need anyway, so that's fine, whatever. After a while, he just kept on putting it off. And then, over a year and a half's time has passed. He has, $7,500 of my money, and now you're not returning my phone calls. You can pour it on top, that's fine. I found out that the property had been red flagged through the city because I guess it was condemned or, unsafe living conditions. And that when I was really made aware of the actual condition of the property. Because, you look at it, all right, we need new floors, we need new walls, we need new appliances, maybe new tiles, countertops. Okay, that's all cosmetic stuff that can be done in a day if you, get everything there. But I didn't realize, that the plumbing and, this, that, and the third. I had no idea that it was that bad and that it was unlivable.
Yes, unfortunately.
I had to live with my best friend and my mother back and forth for about a year and a half before I could financially go out on my own, because I had nothing. I gave the man all of my money, and I'm a single mom. I have to take care of a child, so thankfully I had the support of my mother and my best friend. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. Okay, hold it, because otherwise it's going to get everywhere. I had sued him for double damages.
I did.
Collectively, I gave him, I believe it was $7,393.64. Might be off a couple pennies. He didn't give me an excuse, didn't try to BS me, like, oh, this happened, nothing. Just fell off the face of the earth. And then, showed up late to court, trying to say that I'm a bad person and I'm suing the wrong person and this, that, and the third. I gave you the money. I didn't give the money to anybody else. I gave it to you, and you told me that you were going to rent me that property, nobody else. I got my judgment, you know, it's $15,000, so I'm hoping that he will pay it. He will have the means to pay it, and I won't have to wait 5 years to get it. Because this process has already taken me 3 years, 3.5 years.
Hot, cold, windy, dry, or rainy. Weather changes.
It's not right, you know. I mean, what he's doing is not. It's not right, and you know, he's been doing it for so long, you know. And we have kids, you know. We can't afford it, you know. It messes us up completely, you know. I'm struggling now. I could have used that for a couple months' rent to catch me up, and then, you know, and I'd be fine. And I mean, other people, you know, it's not easy.